Hi, trumpets. So now that we reviewed rhythm, we're now going to review notes, our trumpet notes specifically, and also just how to read notes on the staff. I'm going to tilt you a little bit so you can see a little bit better. At the beginning of any piece of music, you will see this symbol. Okay? This symbol is called a treble clef. And what a treble clef is it tells us that the trumpet plays, generally speaking, higher notes. Okay? Higher notes than like the trombone, the tuba, some of those lower instruments, they read a different clef. But our notes are on the treble clef. Okay? Now, as far as notes, we can put notes on lines throughout the staff, or we can put notes on spaces. Okay? When it's on a line, that means the line goes right through the note. When it's on a space, it means that the note is in between lines. Okay? So we use a couple tricks to know the lines and the spaces of the staff. Okay? So for trumpets, we're going to use a sentence to remember the lines of the staff. And the sentence, each letter of the word, the first letter of each word in the sentence is the 5 lines of the staff. And that sentence is every good burger deserves fries. Okay? So the first line of the staff, if I put a note on the first line, that's going to be E for every. If I put a note on the second line, it's every good, G. The third line, every good burger. The fourth line, every good burger deserves. And the fourth line, or the fifth line, excuse me, every good burger deserves fries. So that's how we remember the lines of the staff. For the spaces, we're not going to use a sentence, we're going to use one word. Okay? And that word is face. Okay? And we remember that because it rhymes with space. Face fits in the space. F A C E. So if I put a note in the first space of the staff, that's F. A note in the second space of the staff is A. A note on the third space of the staff is C. And a note on the fourth space of the staff is E. F, A, C, E. Okay? So let's talk about the notes that we've learned so far this year. Okay? The first note that we learned was, was E. The second note is D. And the third note is C. Okay? So let's talk about those notes. If you look on the, if we use our trick, you'll notice that there's 2 E's that we've identified. The first E is the first line of the staff because of every good burger deserves fries. The second E is the fourth space of the staff for F-A-C-E. So which E is it? Since this is a lower E, we're actually going to be able to play that higher E in a year or two. But right now, that lower E is going to be the first line of the staff. Okay, so that's E. Now D, if we listen to our notes, for example, if I play E, and then I play our note D, remember D is a little bit lower than E, so that's going to be represented on the staff. We're going to put D right below that first line of the staff. So it's almost like it's in a space, but there's no line on the other side. Okay, there's an imaginary line. Okay, so that is where D is. For C, well, first off, let me talk about ledger lines. Okay, so sometimes we can have notes that are even farther below the staff or even higher than the staff itself. Okay, And we tell where those notes are by extending the staff and adding lines just with a little line. That's called a ledger line. Okay? And so for ledger line C, we're going to put C right on our first ledger line, our first line that extends the staff. Okay? Ledger line. Okay? Because C is a little bit lower than D. Okay? Another thing that it's really important that I want you guys to understand is that with the notes, you notice that the notes are going down on the staff. Okay? E, D is a little bit lower, C is a little bit lower. It should sound that way when you play those notes to your ear too. That was E, D, and C in a row. If we go C, D, E, it should be going up. Okay? So just know that the direction of the note has to do with how high or low it is on the staff. Okay, so hopefully this all is clear. If you have any questions, of course, always feel free to reach out. Otherwise, good luck filling out the rest of the Google form, and let me know if any questions come up. Thank you very much.